Hey, I just wanted to give a quick update. I've been playing a lot of closers. Honestly, closers is a pretty relaxing game to play. The I guess I'll just give my thoughts. I'm gonna make this just a little mini review of the closed beta before I get to the announcements. I think that the NMass Entertainment team has done a pretty good job. However, I think that they vastly underestimated how quickly people would exhaust the content. Like I think I capped in about 5 days. I also still have three of the 200 fatigue potions, so I probably could have capped as soon as maybe a day or two sooner. And the problem is that there's not much of an end game. You can get your end game gear. I actually made a video of me hitting level 60 where I explained some of this, but I haven't put it up yet. As I've been I've been recording so much stuff, and I just haven't been uploading it. I need to get on that. But I wanted to kind of incorporate a little more variety. But basically, what happens is you get your end game weapon, or at least end game for the current content that's in the game. You get it for free, just from completing a quest, and it comes at plus 10 as well. So you don't even have to upgrade it. The only thing you really need to do is maybe ideally you can get it to plus 11. You can craft your 3-star avatar set, which I got about half of it done. I got some bad luck on rolls this morning, so I only have 2 pieces, but I still need to do another 3 pieces and then all the supplementary stuff after that. And then you craft an armor set. And at that point, that's pretty much all there is to do. There's not much else. You can't even all the gear that you get is trade locked, and I think you can't put it in your shared bank at all. So even if you get a bunch of the accessories or the modules and you want to give them to another character, you can't. The only thing you can do is dismantle them, and you can use the materials. I guess the materials are able to be put in the account bank, but that's it. So there's not really a whole lot to do. You can pretty much do dailies. It's pretty standard MMO fare, but even the dailies are kind of lackluster right now. So if you've been watching me play and you've wanted to play on the US version and you're lamenting the fact that you don't have a key, I would not worry about it too much. I think you should probably wait until the open beta unless you have the spare $15. But everybody is honestly saving up for Black Friday right now. I have $45 saved up for the channel, which I might get Dragon Quest Heroes 2. I was thinking of some other stuff as well. If you guys have any suggestions, you guys probably know more about Black Friday than I do. I'm always broke, so I can't really take advantage of it as much as other people. But this year I have about $50 to work with. So I would like to get something for the channel. I did get Spirit of Sanada, and man, the performance on that game is awful. It feels like worse than the PS3 Muso games. It's been really hard for me to get into. I'm going to give it more of a chance because I do want to play as Sasuke. I hear his moveset is really fun. I hear the customization is fun. I hear it's more of a narrative-focused game, so it doesn't really have much of a post-game. I don't know how feasible it is to do maximization on that. It might be something that I look into. I heard that the PC version runs really badly, too. Like, I don't know what happened with that game. Like, you have, like, One Piece, which is a way more intense game. There's a lot more going on. That runs at 60 FPS from the same developers, and the Spirit of Sanada runs like crap. But I actually got past the point where I could return it, so I'm basically stuck with it right now. What I was going to do, worst case scenario, is maybe next month after I'm done with all the closer stuff. But chances are they're going to shut down the closed beta sometime next month, and around that time I should be playing Climax Fighters. So probably won't be doing too much on there. I'm probably going to do a giveaway. Maybe I'll give out Spirit of Sanada. I do have a copy of Vanilla Orochi 2, which I don't know, maybe someone would want at some point. I also wanted to give out a copy of Fight and Rage as well. It's all this dependent on my budget. I do not know how much Climax Fighters is going to cost. I had a nice viewer, Ken, or Shikuma2. He offered to get me DBFZ, or Dragon Ball Fighters. I believe that game comes out in January, I think late January, so I will be doing that in January. That's going to be the next project after Climax Fighters. I'm honestly not expecting too much from Climax Fighters. There's been some kind of telltale signs that it may not be the best game. We don't know what frame rate it runs at, and say what you want about people who are conscious about frame rates, but for a competitive game, it definitely matters a lot. And the problem is the Japanese publishers and studios, they don't ever put their trailers up at like 60 FPS, even if the game is 60 FPS. So I don't know. It was kind of announced like out of nowhere. I think it was only announced like barely 2 months ago, if even that. A month and a half ago, like generously. Like they just kind of announced it out of nowhere. The asset reuse is obviously pretty extreme. They're using all the models from Batride War 2 and Genesis, and they're just adding some new stuff. So far, it looks pretty fun. The fact that it's in English is going to be nice. I'm not going to be getting the TV Sound Edition because if you ever played a Batride War game, you know that the TV Sound Edition is basically the copyright ID claim edition. As cool as it is to have, you know, the actual Kamen Rider music that plays in the shows, it's never worth it if you're going to be recording it because it's just going to get all your stuff muted or blocked. So I'm just going to be getting the regular version. I believe it comes out on the 7th, so once my Patreon comes in on the 1st, I'm going to figure out where and how I can pre-order that, how much it's going to be. Whatever cash I have left over, I should have a pretty good check coming from my ad revenue as well. I'm probably going to try to put some of that back to you guys because you guys have helped me a lot. I know the content has not been that great lately. I am still recovering from my stress and stuff. The past few days, I've had much less pain just in my hands and all over my body. But then last night I had a pretty rough night with my self-loathing and intrusive thoughts just about some stuff that's happened recently, and the pain came back. So it's good to know that it's all stress related, but that also means that I'm going to have to chill out for a lot longer. So maybe for the rest of this month, it's probably just going to be closers, Shattered Realms. As far as I know, the Shattered Realms guys are trying to find someone to fund their game, so I am still working on it, so to speak, but they need to get more game out there. There's not really a whole lot else for me to show at this point. I think I've recorded like 7 or 8 runs, so maybe I'll do another one of those. The rest of the month is probably going to be closers, whatever I get from Black Friday, if anything. I haven't really found too much. Dragon Quest Heroes looks kind of cool. I don't know much about it. I'm definitely not a Dragon Quest fan. I've never really played or beaten any of those games, so I would just be getting it on the basis of it being an RPG Muso, which sounds like a pretty cool blend. I hear that there's a lot of enemies that don't stagger in the game, but it has like tag combos, so I'm willing to check it out. It depends on if it's on sale or not. I know GameStop is going to have it for Black Friday, but I'm not entirely sure if I want to go over there and brave that line. Their deals this year are pretty lackluster. It's mostly just you know, some of the AAA games that didn't sell too well this year, which there's been a lot of because there's just been a ridiculous overabundance of games coming out. It seems like it's mostly that, and they have a couple niche games that I might get. I'm waiting for the sale tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be the Black Friday sale on PSN for PS Plus members, and I got a year PS Plus earlier this month for Marvel and DBFZ, so I will be looking at that tomorrow. I'll definitely keep you guys updated on what I get. Also, the River City Ransom Underground soundtrack has been replaced, so if you have that game and you're like pretty much everyone else, you got those false DMCA claims, it should be safe to play the game now. My DMCA claim, or the false one, expired late last month. So if you want to play that game again and you've been worried about all the drama that's been happening, you're basically safe now because they can't really send you false DMCA claims if their music is not in the game anymore. Apparently they're working on modding the game. There's going to be modding support, so maybe people are going to do like full sprite dumps, or maybe they'll make like a tag mode or something. The game still needs a lot of work. They've basically said that they're aware of all the balance issues that game has. Like the grapplers are basically they're low tier because they do the same damage as the faster characters you hit way more often, mainly due to the way that the damage system works. Basically, you're always doing the same amount of damage, give or take, with pretty much every hit. So the slow, bumbling grapplers don't really have much of an advantage, especially with the slow grab animation. That's one of the reasons why I stopped playing it. I know that they are aware of the problems, but all this legal stuff with all the false DMCA claims has really held them back. Now that that seems to be dying down, they're probably going to be supporting it more. So if you have the game, there's going to be a patch today. You download it and you install the game, and all the music's going to be different, so it'll be safe to play. I'm probably not going to be messing with it right now. I am busy with closers. I want to give Spirit of Sanada a little bit more of a chance and then plan what I'm going to be doing for Climax Fighters. That's basically the gist of what's going on. If you guys want to fund the Switch or whatever, my links are in the description as usual. So really know anything too intense that's coming out for the Switch that I'm terribly interested in, but it would be nice to get one sooner than later. But like I said, DBFZ and PS Plus have already been funded, one by myself, one by Shikuma 2, so that's going to be going on, I believe, in about 2 months. So stay tuned for that. That's your little update. I'm sorry I haven't been talking that much. I've actually been feeling better, but there just hasn't been anything going on right now. I wanted to surprise people with a Spirit of Sanada, but it just runs so poorly. I don't know if I'm really going to bother. If people would like me to do a giveaway and you're okay with me sending it, I know most of you don't have a P.O. box. If you're okay with me sending it to your home or workplace or whatever, you can go ahead and let me know if I get a couple people interested. And no promises, but if I end up really not liking the game or just being done with it, then I'll give it away to you guys. Anyway, catch you guys later. Peace.